Very good morning, students. As you all know that our book of social studies have been changed. So from today onwards, we will begin with our new textbook. In our first session with our new book, we will begin with the first chapter, Arrival of Europeans in India. Okay, so first of all, I will tell you the summary of this chapter. Arrival of Europeans in India. With the help of title, you can come to know that Europeans came in India. Why they came in India? Because as you know that many years ago, our country was one of the leading country in the world where everything was available, or we can say where everything was manufactured. That's why the people of other countries, they want to migrate to India, they want to start up their new business, and they want to earn wealth with the help of their business. That's why the merchants from various parts of world, they start to coming India with the purpose of trading, and they were using land routes. But once what happened, land route stopped because the situation was changing day by day. That's why the land routes stopped, and as a result the land route stopped. So as a result, there was a great demand of our Indian commodities like silk, cotton cloth, muslin cloth, black pepper, species, etc. And why the demand of this thing increased? Because as the land routes have stopped, therefore no one can migrate from one place to other place. And due to that reason, the demand of this all commodities have increased, and that's why, to take advantage of this situation, Europeans, they started searching of a sea route to India. They want to start up the business in India anyhow, and that's why they started for searching a new route, the sea route. So with the help of sea route, they can migrate to India. In the below map, you can see that the waterways or the sea and land route and the newly discovered sea route. Okay. So with the help of that new sea route, people started to migrate, or the Europeans started to migrate. Therefore, some adventurous sailors of Europe and other countries, not only Europeans but the other people from other countries, they also started to find sea route to come to India and for starting up their new business, or we can say for commencing their new business. In this unit further, we are going to see that how the foreigners come to India, how they started trading in our country, and we will also see that how the battle started due to this all. First of all, let's study about Christopher Columbus. I hope everyone is aware about this name, Christopher Columbus. Let's study in detail. Columbus, an Italian explorer, was one of the brave sailors who ventured out to find sea route to India. He thought that one can go to the east via west also. Why did he believe so? Think about it. Therefore, Columbus started his journey to India and accidentally reached America. As long as he lived, he was under the misconceptions that he had discovered the sea route to India. Hence, even today, the natives of America are called Red Indians, and the island group is the Caribbean is known as the West Indies. Okay, so Columbus, this Christopher Columbus was an Italian explorer, means the expert of finding route, and who was the brave sailors, means he was not afraid of any problem, and that's why he started or he moved out from his country to find the sea route to India. And he thought that we can reach India or we can reach in east via west also. Then accidentally he founded the island, or we can say he reached to America. And as long as he lived, he was believing that he has invented or he has discovered the sea route to India. But it was the false misconception, because it was America. And due to that incident, even today, the proper Americans are called as Red Indians. And the island group in the Caribbean, they are considered as West Indies. Now, let's study about Vasco da Gama. I hope everyone is aware about this name also, because these are the famous names which you have listened through the beginning of your social studies. Now, Vasco da Gama was a native of Portugal who has discovered the sea route to India. He encircled the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa and reached the port of Calicut on 22nd May 1498 after crossing the Indian Ocean. Here in this map you can see Cape of Good Hope. So he reached there, and that was the port of Calicut, and he reached on that port on 22nd May 1498. So first of all he needs to cross the Indian Ocean, and afterwards he reached there. Then ruling king of Calicut, Zamorin, gave permission to Portuguese to trade. So once he reached to India, afterwards he also got permission for trading purpose. As he was Portuguese, as he was native of Portugal, that's why the king of Zamorin gave permission to all Portuguese to start up their trade. That the Portuguese established a fort. Everyone is aware about fort, okay, in Calicut for trade in 1500 CE. They fortified it and appointed a commander-in-chief, namely Albuquerque, to safeguard the fort. They established a fort. Why? Because with the help of that fort, they started trading, and they appointed a commander who will give security to that fort, whose name was Albuquerque. Moving northwards, Albuquerque conquered Goa in 1506 CE within a span of 100 years. So this commander has conquered, means has got victory of Goa in 1506 with a span of 100 years. The Portuguese took control of Mangalore, Cochin, Goa, Diu, Mumbai and island of Lanka. So once they conquered Goa, means once they got victory and they got Goa, and afterwards Portuguese took control over many places like Mangalore, Cochin, Goa, Diu, Mumbai and island of Lanka also. So on this placing there was the rule of Portuguese. Now end of Portuguese rule. In the beginning of 17th century, the Portuguese expanded their trade to Bengal. Now they expanded their trade. They want to increase their trading. That's why they started their trade to Bengal. And at this time, there was the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, who was ruled India from Delhi. The Subedar of Bengal complained to Shah Jahan about the behavior of Portuguese, At that time, the rule in Delhi, there was the rule of Mughal emperor whose name was Shah Jahan. So the Subedar of Bengal, means the person who was handling the Bengal, he complained Shah Jahan that how the Portuguese behave with them. Thus the fort of Hooghly was demolished, means destroyed, and the ships were burnt as per the order of the emperor, means as per the order of Mughal emperor, we can say as per the order of Shah Jahan. So they destroyed the Hooghly fort, they burnt the ships, and in this way the Portuguese rule came to end, with the exception of the territories of Diu, Daman and Goa. So by this way the rule of Portuguese came to end, and with that exception means that the territories of Diu, Daman and Goa. Now next, the Dutch we will study in our next session. I hope you are able to understand whatever I am trying to say you. For today, that's it. Thank you.